Is the motion be agreed to? I call the member for Dobell.
And thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. And I rise to support this motion and thank the member for Shortland for raising this serious matter with Parliament. Last week, the 9th to the 15th of March, was Brain Injury Awareness Week. Brain injury is more common than many Australians realise, with over 700,000 Australians living with a brain injury. 3 out of 4 of these individuals are aged under 65. 1 in 2 Australians with a brain injury acquired their injury before they turned 25. Brain injuries can result from numerous causes. The leading cause of an acquired brain injury is stroke. Approximately 60,000 strokes occur every year. This number continues to grow, proportionate to our population growth and particularly our increased age population. Strokes primarily occur in older Australians. However, around 1 in 5 strokes affect people under the age of 55. Other causes include accidents or trauma, brain infection, alcohol and/or drug use or diseases such as Parkinson's disease. Over 22,000 Australians were hospitalised as a result of traumatic brain injury in 2004-2005. Over 2 in every 5 incidents were caused by a fall. Nearly 1 in 3 was due to a motor vehicle accident and 1 in 6 was caused by an assault. These numbers demonstrate the need to recognise brain injury and support those 700,000 Australians who live day to day with a brain injury. And I join with the member for Shortland in acknowledging the work done and services provided by the Buveri Centre in conjunction with the Victorian Department of Human Services. The Buveri Centre, based in Melbourne, focuses on the fundamental role of the family and social networks in helping people with a brain injury. They achieve this by combining clinical family therapy, academic teaching, qualitative and quantitative research, workforce development and community education in one integrated service. Such services are essential to supporting not only people with a brain injury, but also those who provide care to them, including families and friends. Brain injuries can significantly change a person's personality and behaviour, and this can be a very difficult and confronting issue for families to cope with. And I recall the words of a friend whose husband many years ago was critically injured in a hit and run. He sustained serious injuries and he was very lucky to survive. To the outside world, he now appears quite normal, but his wife did tell me, "He's not the man I married. I'm married to a stranger," and that has had a huge impact on that family. Understandably, for those who aren't familiar with dealing with brain injuries, it's difficult to identify what family members are experiencing. The fact that brain injury can result from numerous and random sources mean that none of us are immune. There is an outstanding organisation, and the member for Shortland's electorate, Camp Breakaway, of which I'm proud I've had quite a long association with them. And it was here that I was told the story of one of their clients, which was a teenager at the time, who as a toddler was just sitting in the back seat of the family car in the toddler seat, when a truck pulled up alongside and a large rock fell through the roof of the car, and it seriously injured the young girl, leaving her with lifelong serious brain trauma and a lifetime confined to a wheelchair. At Camp Breakaway, I'll never forget meeting the families of loved ones with serious brain trauma and the stories of how a random accident and being in the wrong place at the wrong time altered their lives forever. And I take this opportunity to thank the wonderful staff and volunteers of Camp Breakaway for the outstanding respite camps that they offer families and carers. Many of us could not imagine how we would react if found in that situation, and services such as those provided by the Buveri Centre are vital in supporting those confronted with brain injury. In New South Wales, the Brain Injury Association of New South Wales is the peak advocacy organisation for people affected by brain injury. Their services provide assistance to people with brain injury, family members, friends, professionals and the broader community. And it's worth noting that the Brain Injury Association of New South Wales is supported by both the New South Wales Government and the Federal Government through the Department of Social Services. This includes serving as a representative body for people with brain injury and driving change in policy, service and attitudes to make a difference in people's lives. This motion calls on the government to provide more services to accommodate people with a brain injury and develop a national-scale partnership similar to the partnership seen in Victoria, which helps people with a brain injury and their family members. And we, must, as a government, ensure that all Australians in need of such services have access to them. Furthermore, it's important that we have a coordinated approach between the states and territories that reduce duplication and ensures the expenditure is utilised as efficiently as possible to aid those in need. And once again, I thank the member for Shortland for moving this motion, and I look forward to all members of Parliament working to improve the lives of Australians with brain injury.
Expired.